So if you go into your HTML for your website and you see that you don't have any metadata there, it's not your web designer's fault. Online communications is now a varied business. There's specialties. And just because someone can design a good website doesn't necessarily mean that they're skilled in SEO. Just like a contractor isn't skilled in the work of a plumber and the plumber isn't skilled in the work of the electrician, they're different specialties. I'll tell you this, if you've got a good web designer who does good work, you're lucky and you should hang on to that person. Just because you now understand how search works and you know that metadata is important doesn't mean that it's your web designer's responsibility to have done that, particularly if you didn't pay for it. So just be happy you have a good website and that you're ready now to start SEO. But don't expect your web designer to do that for you without paying for it. What may happen is you'll go into your website and you'll see like this, that you have what's called dynamic meta page descriptions. So here you can see what that looks like. It's basically, in this case, the code is telling Google, look, we didn't write original metadata for this page, so go ahead and just use the actual text on the page and create your own meta page description, right? And you can see, the first ranking result here, dog obedience training. The snippet is a series of phrases, and each phrase is separated by an ellipsis. So it's unintelligible because I can't read it, right? It's these phrases that have the words Singapore dog trainers in them, but not necessarily in succession, and it's not a complete thought. So even though this organization is ranking first, it's very unlikely anyone's actually going to click on the link because the snippet is unintelligible. And that's because they haven't written a meta page description for Google to serve up. Here's an example of a press release that's got no title tags. So in this case, it just says Caltex press releases, right? Now, if I was searching for information about Chevron in the Philippines and the clickable link in the search results said Caltex press releases, I would just gloss over that because it's not specific to the information on that page. So a best practice when you're setting up a site is to publish the headline of the page as the browser page title. That should be automatic so that if someone doesn't take the time to write an original browser page title, at least they don't wind up with some generic browser page title like Caltex press releases or welcome to our company or something dorky like that. Here's an example of a web page, in this case it's a press release, without a meta page description. It's just generic information written by the marketing department to check our rates for the latest exchange rates and that type of thing. And if Google does serve this up, you're dead in the water. No one's going to click on the link because it just reads like marketing fluff. Chances are Google's going to disregard it and crib together a meta page description by pulling out different phrases from the document, separating them with ellipses, and you get a snippet that has the keywords in it, but because they're individual phrases that are incoherent, people just gloss over your link and don't click on it. Here's another example of a release with dynamic metadata. In this case, it's a dynamic meta page description, and they've said, Google, we didn't write our own meta page description. Go ahead and just crib it from the page itself. And of course, you're going to wind up with a clunky snippet that's unintelligible. And even if they do rank first, probably nobody's going to click if it's a competitive environment. So now what I'd like to do is actually show you keyword discovery basics. Make sure that you've got your computer ready to go and that you're logged onto the internet. And we're going to do a keyword discovery demo where I'm going to walk you through the steps of basically finding the keywords that you want to rank for and that you should be ranking for in Google search.